Let's do it. I believe in you. You can beat Mousesports easily. Let's make Na'Vi great again. Oh, how nice. See a doctor about the hue of your skin, but apart from that, good stuff.
I don't know about this, James. I don't know. I disagree with the bump chin. I think it's going to be
We've got some bump
Mousesports
chins
victory.
in esports.
You have a bit of a...
I do not have a superhero chin. What are you talking about?
Well, you got the Clark Kent instead of the bump chin, eh? Right, well, we've got a 4-4 score. And Mousesports economy is on the rocks, whereas Na'Vi are swimming in the cash, but it matters not to Chris J, going back to his old namesake. Gun that he used to be very well known for, that Scouts.
Infamous, notorious.
And it delivers here, 5v4. And look at the damage done with nades and so on. Electronic half-health, Zeus down to 17. That's a massive win, and it's going to be tough for Na'Vi to push a site with two very critically weak players.
Even though it's still early-ish in this game of Inferno, I feel like Na'Vi have had a number of rounds where they've had an early 4 versus 5 situation, but a number of those they've managed to pull over the line towards the A site. I do wonder, if they are 4 versus 5 early, if they end up favouring a particular site, if there's a tell there maybe for Mousesports. Mousesports currently 3-2 in their setup. Oscar moving into the arch position, ready and waiting. Will we see the usual smoke grenade from the Na'Vi side? Mousesports trying to ruin the timing, because that's dangerous for Zeus. Part of the reason he'll have the sniper is because he's low. Oscar, look at the aggression from him. So fantastic to watch. 3 players now for Na'Vi though, towards B.
Burst is coming. There's a flash from Snacks. Only see smoke. 20 seconds though here for Na'Vi. And that's another headshot from Chris J. Finally he'll be silenced, because Snacks get this done. They'll line up out the smoke. He's done enough damage, perhaps just Edward left. And as soon as he plants the bomb, the time being as it is, they could have gone for the push there, but Oscar would have been by himself. Didn't want to risk it. Allows the bomb to go down, allows Edward to play the 1v3, but it's going to be a difficult one. Mousesports don't know where he's gone. They could be lining up. He's good for the double almost, but not quite. Sunny does respond, and that's 2 players surviving for Mousesports. They'll pick up the round, and that is very important. And they keep 2 orbs too.
I feel like 2 of them at least should have died there. But 2 will survive, and that's pretty important for Mousesports. That is much needed money for the side. There's a replay. Oh, that is so tight. I feel like there was a micro adjustment there to get the headshot. Really nice stuff from Chris J, well versed. Nice 2 kills from Snacks. Really helped his team take that one over the line. So horrific when you're on a T side and those late smoke grenades go down. Now Mousesports are in the lead. Once again, the double AWPs are back, but Simple's back as well on one of his own. Oscar looking down mid. He's almost going for the big frag. This is an alternative. You can get people going wide in mid, going into the crawl space as well. So Na'Vi will have an offering towards the banana position. The Mousesports are still spamming the inboxes of anybody on banana.
Yeah, one thing to note is, again, you know, let's think about the habits that Mousesports have had. They've been throwing that Molotov down mid all the time. This run they didn't do it, and they still had 3 on B. I think they're looking to try to confuse Na'Vi, you know, sell some fake tells, encourage them to go to B. They delayed, you know, they didn't sort of nuke their utility onto that banana area. They've held onto a little bit more. The timings were slightly different. However, Na'Vi didn't bite the bait, but Na'Vi are losing time. A lot of the clock has been burnt. However, they do have bottom of banana now, and they're working on that top mid control. Oscar with the AWP, though. This could be a big frag. There is a jump peek from Simple. I think he saw it, and he might go for the pre-fire. Oscar must be cautious, but at the same time, he doesn't want to give up an opportunity to get an early frag. It's a fine balance to walk.
4 players now around the A site. Zeus still waiting on banana. Electronic joining him. Na'Vi have held on to 4 smoke grenades. Now, what is the play here? NBC 1 being deployed by Flamey. At this point, Mousesports, they don't have any info top mid apart from Snacks on Arch, but that leaves Chris J alone in the B bomb site. How many repeats can he get? There's a Molotov, and he's got to run all the way around it. Dancing around the pillar now, but he can't get the kill. Snacks makes his way close, but he gets fragged immediately. Now we've got a 3-on-3 retake. 1 flash for Mousesports, and that's it.
Oh god, this is scary. Simple. Oh, he's gone off the angles. Oscar, fortunate with the timing as he is now pushing forward with his team. And oh, I thought that was going to be a connection. Might be a big chance now, but Electronic around the corner. Oh, he's looking for that boost. He's going to spot it as well. And Oscar does get the trade onto Simple, but Electronic, he's quite the man to stop. But Oscar, he's the man to stop him. Too many places to look. And Flamey will close it down. So very costly round for both sides, but Na'Vi come out on top. And they're in much more of a position to take such losses.
Very strong position now. Mousesports average $2,000. Pretty, well, Christian's got 4,200. So I wonder if they'll try something funky. Not quite an AWP though. What do Mousesports choose to do? 5 to 5. Sunny, his money's in the bin, 1450. So not much will be purchased. Chris J can hold on to that money for a sniper rifle in the buy round, which I'm sure will make a lot more sense. And now Simple gets to have some fun. They've got CTs charging down the middle area, but they're running out of CTs now. Very quickly indeed. On to the next one.
I wonder if Mousesports' style will change now into this next buy round. Will we see a more passive approach? They've been very hard on that banana control.
Check out this buy. We've got MP9s coming out. I remember, I think we saw a map where Stico had a Mag 7 on B. But I think it's quite difficult to play it towards the B bomb site because of the limited range versus an MP9. Where you can also get, say, a Molotov as well. We'll see Sonny with the MP9, Snacks with the MP7. Na'Vi, oh, got to be careful there. Outstaying his welcome in the boiler position. And Na'Vi have more map control than they've normally had, which may be telling of the situation for Mousesports, but Snacksmith's making a play. There's another flashbang. You won't see the player behind him, but it's the player in front of him who gets the kill.
Electronic's been left on 4 HP, but he's still alive, and can't say the same for Chris. He's gone down as well. That's going to cause a rotation. Oscar will make his way over, and the smokes will go down. And so now there'll be high alert for Na'Vi, or rather for Mousesports about B, but Na'Vi, they've got a minute. They've got the entire map. They're going on an investigation. And it's quite smart too, Electronic. He's got 4 HP, so he's going to be the man to venture through the smoke, and Zeus is going to go down.
Ooh, does that send them towards the A bomb site where Sonny and Rops have not moved a muscle? We see some freedom of expression, if you will, on the Mousesports side. Let's not forget the 2 versus 5 retake on Train many moons ago, but Oscar being here is a problem, and maybe Na'Vi are asking the question, where are the remaining 2 players? But Oscar's continuing to hold his sight down. There's the bomb as well. Here can come the rotation, but Flamey's on the flank position. He's kept Rops in the pit in the meantime, and Rops has taken him out as well. That leaves Electronic. What on earth has happened to this round? Na'Vi looking for the information, and Oscar with another ridiculous play, looking for the 4K. Electronic with 4 HP, and there it is from Oscar on his own in a round where almost everybody else would save.
I don't believe it. Oh, I think I saw a slight, maybe just a slight smirk there from Oscar.
I think we saw a smirk, Dan.
I think just a bit of emotion coming out, just leaking out there. And I mean, it's a 1v4, and it was a really interesting situation because I love how Mousesports didn't rotate anybody, because no matter what, this situation was always going to be terrible for Mousesports, and always there needed to be a clutch.
I feel like you will only ever see that round from Mousesports, because Oscar will say, "I'm going to B," and they'll just let him do his thing. But to any other team, that makes absolutely 0 sense.
And it's interesting too, because Na'Vi, after throwing that smoke and killing those 2 players, they could have gone back, but it's a very aggressive start on apartments. And this is very cool to see from Mousesports. Again, they put all their aggression so far in this half towards that banana area early round. I think the first time we'll actually see them pressing so deep in apartments at those timings, and it gets them a frag. And it might be the frag that could give them the advantage to lead them into winning this half, or having the most rounds at the end of it. Oh, did he just draw an outline around Chris J there? I think he did.
Added some notches to his belt. Chris J and Snacks again towards the B bomb site. Na'Vi have a bunch of smoke grenades, but they're starting to... They don't have those Molotovs they had previously when they pushed the B bomb site. Now they start to move towards A. Once again, it's another 4 versus 5 round for Na'Vi. These have been all too common in this first half. And look at the risk Simple is taking now. Seems like he's realized that Mousesports are playing defensive positions. He's jumping pretty wide though for these peaks, but he sees no one just yet. 35 seconds now, and Simple has outrageously seeked information, and all he's seen is no one.
Very slow round. Mousesports haven't been tested too much towards this A site, and when they have, Rops always gets isolated and dies, and this time Oscar can't mitigate the damage. Maybe Sunny can. He's going to be asked of a lot here. They're surely going to check this, and easy for Na'Vi. And Na'Vi have been consistent on just isolating 1v1s on this A bomb site.
It's another 4 versus 5 where they're able to take A and the round. Snax disappears now back towards the B bomb site. I'm still marveling at that run from Oscar. It's a small percentage play, a calculated risk, but it's so fantastic to watch when it pays off.
It's really cool because Na'Vi had so many ways to win that round, and you can't really fault them too heavily because they took one of the really good options where, you know, you bait out rotation, you've got a player deep in CT, and you slow push the B bomb site, and the other option was to double back and go towards A, and that's where Mousesports had 2 players, so they actually played probably one of the best rounds they could have done.
What you know versus what you don't.
Yeah, and still, you know, an Oscar 1v4, so it's that was a great one. Nice entry from Zeus there, and again, the grenade work, the timings have been fantastic from Na'Vi because Sunny's position, it's only strong if he has someone in the pit to play off of, but every time they're able to just kill Rops, and oh, some wordplay.
Was that a joke?
I think it's called a pun, James.
All right then, what do Mousesports choose to do? They have an AWP and they have an M4, which has been thrown from A to B. Oh, it's time, Dan. It is time. Oscar has an auto shotgun. I didn't think we'd see it. It's a trying time for them financially, but boy, am I glad he's bought it.
The question is where he's going to take it, and it could be anywhere. I've seen him use this weapon in pretty much every single spot on the map. So, and this weapon is really strong. It's kind of crazy. We've seen, I forget who we saw yesterday beasting people with it. It was Draken actually. Draken picked it up, and the damage fall off is pretty much non-existent, it seems. So it's deceptively powerful, and Oscar is...
He's lone B with the auto shotgun. I love this man.
And they're going aggressive second mid. This is beautiful from Mousesports. What are they going to be able to do with this 3-man peek down second mid? You don't expect that at this time in the round. Edward's stuck in a hole, and he's going to be going down as well. A 4v3 for Mousesports.
Going to be. Oh, Chris J. How is he still alive? And he gets a kill as well. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. 2 versus 3. This is still winnable for Na'Vi. Simple and electronic. Simple picking up the AK-47 now. He needs to be able to kill a trade fragger. Chris J moving through the apartments. Oscar still alone on the B bomb. So if they go B, I'm almost certain he will win. I don't know why Snax is even rotating in that direction. Chris J has no vision of top mid. Snax is rotated off. So there's a big hole here for Mousesports, which by the time they solve this and realize what they haven't seen and where the T's are, they will be out of position. But do Na'Vi wrap towards B? They've got 50 seconds. It seems they will be that way inclined.
It's actually incredible. The positioning of Mousesports suggests that they don't think anyone could have crossed in towards A. And there can only be so long now that... See, okay, now they're starting to realize, okay, we've made a mistake. And there's the mistake. A shot in the face of Snax, and here comes the auto shotgun. They're going to walk straight into it. Oscar shows himself. What are they going to do against it? Oh, he can't get the first kill, and that is a massive issue. Chris, a 1v1 would have been fine with the AWP, but a 1v2, I'm not sure he can pull this one off with 16 points of health. He has to evade the Molotov, and he's just going to back away. I think Oscar got robbed there, James. I think he got robbed. The RNG was not with him.
I was ready, man. I was ready for the pain. I was ready to take my top off. But it's another round for Na'Vi. Chris J should be good to save the AWP here, but it will be very difficult money-wise for Mousesports to offer something in the next round. So it's on Na'Vi to... They have a great opportunity to go for that 9-6 scoreline, which has massive implications, as we always talk about. So let's see if they can take it there. There's a noble effort from Mousesports with this push. Hello, Chris J. He gets away with this. I don't know how, but they don't get the round. It's annoying trying to track somebody and control your spray at the same time in that situation.
It's funny because Zeus asked afterwards in Dead Talk, HP question mark, you know, as you do, and Sunny told him. So he knows just how close it was. And this buy is not great for Mousesports, but it's good enough. It's good enough. They have a good amount of utility, all things considered. And the AWP being on Chris still is a big deal. Can Na'Vi discover the AWP? Obviously they want to avoid it if they can.
That's a problem though, holding the angle from the smoke grenade position. Like, you have a decision to make. Do you stand your ground? Do you fall back? If you fall back, you don't have the info. Does that cause a rotation? This time it doesn't. Chris J, expecting it was a bait, will still be alone towards B.
And you can see Mousesports really want to play forward here. They don't want to allow Na'Vi to set up on the site, so they're going to live by mid or die by mid. Top mid, that is. Sunny with a nice angle here, close range with the MP9. It's got great running accuracy, so it's really strong in some of these peaks. Oh, he might catch him with an nade in his hand.
Oh my god, he was blocked by the grenade.
Opportunity is missed, perhaps, but it will dart out, and the trades will be quite good. Oh my goodness, Oscar. That's a very fast double from him, and Rops will finish it off for the round. 7-8 at the end of the first half. This was very back and forth.
That was absolutely crazy. Imagine if they had lost that. A situation where he tries to push into Boiler, gets blocked by the grenade, so he can't even see the guy to take him out. Absolute madness. It's really frustrating when you get blocked by the grenades. Like if you're running into the B bomb site, get hit by HE, it just stops you dead. Horrible stuff. But here we are. Very close indeed. 7-8 in the first map of this best-of-3 series. We will soon be into it once again. A good average of kills on the CT side. And everybody will need to deliver for these teams moving into the second half. Pistol number 2 will soon be underway. Let's not forget it was Mousesports who won the first pistol.
It's the calling as well is quite cool. I was about to mention that Mousesports, obviously on their CT side, they were very active. They were trying to take initiative as well as they could. They had a lot of aggression on Banana. They were trying to condition their opponents with habits and create tells and try to play against those. So there was a lot of mind reading going on, or mind games going on between the two teams in that first half. And I do believe that Na'Vi navigated it quite well, honestly. And they didn't let Mousesports bully them too much, which, again, Mousesports were trying to suffocate them. And at the same time, they didn't overreact, as well. So it was a great first half.
Chris J has dropped a P250 to Rops. I was going to say I want to see more P250s on T-side Mirage, and here we go. Rops is the raid boss. Chris J with the flashbang and the smoke grenade. And he's holding that long-range Rops to the P250. Nice stuff from the logs. We'll get a headshot onto Flamey. Maybe through the corner of the wall, but Flamey will be the bait now. He will be the maggot on the end of the hook, and the fish is on the way.
Well, quick couple of trades coming in, and that might even the odds, but they are committed towards this push. They have to make it work. And Simple has something to say about that. Just Oscar left, and he will get take one straight to the face. And that is the start year one on the CT side, well, any side, I suppose, as you get to kick things off with good economy. And that's great to see because, Mousesports, they won the pistol. And now Na'Vi get their chance. It's always nice when you see the pistol not go... both pistols go to one team. Yeah,
I think it's we can say that there's a larger sense of urgency to win a pistol on your CT side, regardless of the half, but arguably even more so in the second half because it's just mindset as well as implication. It has a lot to do with those 3 players for Na'Vi towards the B bomb site. And Flamey starts to move back towards A. Zeus in the apartment, Electronic in the pit, was on the balcony, and Mousesports will start slow. They've bought some smoke grenades, they've bought some pistols. They did not get a plant in the first round. This is a force buy from them. Sans Oscar, he will save his money for the big guns to come.
Four players towards A for Na'Vi. They've got the information on Banana to do so. So they're not gambling it or anything. If Simple sees something, you can try to frag and then fall back. So he can use his smoke and his molly to delay. However, if there is to be a 1D, that could really make things a bit difficult for Na'Vi, but even though he's being teased, Simple will not give up his life just yet. And Mousesports could decide to try to wait for Sunny to do something there, but it's going to be Chris to pick up a P250 kill in top mid, and that's going to allow Mousesports to progress.
Oscar dancing around a smoke on Arch. Mousesports slowly creeping forward. It's going to be a pop flash, easily seen, but the second one will hit Zeus. Electronic, he moves back, he's compromised his position, and there are more frags here for Mousesports. Flamey top mid now. It's a 5 versus 2. What on earth is going on?
Oh my god, Sunny had, 15 HP. and he still survives there. Just goes down to 2, gets a 1 deke. What just happened? There's a lot of guns for them to collect here as well. This is a problem for Na'Vi. Oh my.
Zeus has got fist on face. Don't even want to imagine what Simple's thinking right now. Just looking at a door. Those knockers aren't bad. And everybody will survive for Mousesports in a 4-spy round on the T side of Inferno. Not something you see every day. Man like Rops in the pit. With his Gucci slippers.
Oh dear.
That is insane.
Hate to see that.
That's very rare.
Oh, the emotions. He feels like he's being robbed. Screwing that face up. Well,
I know how that feels with the MP9 and a Mac-10. Well then, Na'Vi, what do they have to offer? Not a whole lot. We have a Deagle on Flamey, that could be fun. Simple with the M4 from the previous run, and some utility, but Mousesports are charging towards the B bomb site. There are 3 CTs here. You see Simple with the molly, but will you throw it fast enough? It's pretty deep. It's a shooting gallery for Flamey, but his legs will be seen by Oscar. And that's an easy kill for him.
Yeah, Oscar picking up 2 as they try to sandwich them, and now Mousesports can just go back. That's what they feel. They're going to just entertain this push on the flank. Na'Vi have electronic, that's 1. We will jump up, and that will not allow him to be all that accurate, and so it's just 1.
I don't feel like he meant to jump up there. It looks really weird.
We have a race.
And he must be frustrated, and indeed we do have a race, but Edward has position. He's cut the noise, and Chris gets taken out looking the wrong way. More MP9 frags, running out of bullets though. It's a 2 versus 1 now. Sunny, next bullet wins, surely. Anyone's bullet. Take out the other player. Edward with a pre-fire. On 1 HP, Sunny will get taken out. Na'Vi fight back.
What a strange situation.
It's Happy Rainbow Sparkle Squad once again in a Na'Vi camp.
Yeah, that is one way to nip it in the bud, you know, any negative feelings of losing a round, which you feel like you absolutely should have won, and you feel that maybe like if somebody dropped the ball and the atmosphere is bad, well, if you just do it to the team, you just wipe the slate clean. Especially with the MP9, which betrayed them in the round prior. I think that is helpful for the side. However, Mousesports have 3 AKs here and 3 nade sets to work with, so an additional smoke flash on Snacks. So Na'Vi must be cautious. They will go for deep banana control. But in a round like this, it's actually advantageous for Mousesports to try to burst that smoke with a flashbang, just because if you can be successful in those trades, you don't have to worry too much about getting into the bomb site. You can just use your momentum, your speed, your numbers. However, they will not opt to do so. They're going up top mid, and that's a nice pick from Chris. Finding a Flamey who was inquiring, but now it's a wrap onto the A site, and Na'Vi are in trouble. Chris J on fire. Edward moving into position in the library. How long will that smoke last? Ooh, if they move past library, close range of the MP9, that could be absolutely brutal. Simple at the back now will surely force them forward. Edward moving towards the arch position, and Zeus is delivering as well from the site. Now they try to rotate towards B, jumping to avoid getting a headshot. Edward trying to limit his risk. Zeus will lose that duel to Oscar. This is so weird. What's going on the B bomb site? Mousesports have no idea. And it seems they're trying to catch the CTs on the rotation. They've got 35 seconds. But while this is happening, Simple's down towards the banana position. And now the bomb's being dropped. This is collapsing for Mousesports. They're getting eaten by a black hole. Na'Vi looking for more matter. Going past the angle is Oscar. 1 versus 2. He wants to take Edward out, but 20 seconds. He knows Simple will be encroaching on his position. He will be the hot dog in a sandwich, and there's no plant for Mousesports either. That's quite a disaster, because Mousesports, they've made the correct play. They see Simple's flanking, and instead of trying to go and kill Simple, they're like, well, screw this. If Simple's pushed there, then obviously B is open. So they try to go towards B, and then they realize that puts Na'Vi in a terrible position where Simple has to probably run back to B so they can catch everyone on rotation, and that's very favorable. And Mousesports, I mean, I think most of the time they're going to win those fights around Library. I don't think it's going to turn out this way most of the time. So very good work from Na'Vi to make that happen. And now, you know, they go 11-8, and Mousesports' economy is in a bad spot. So we might see one team, James, finally take some momentum, because this has been very back and forth so far. This is a pendulum of Counter-Strike. If you look at the
kill the round win feed. It is pretty crazy how back and forth this is. Mousesports wielding pistols for this round. They've gone for the force buy. 3-round lead for Na'Vi. We will soon pee back into it. Zeus has got a P90. Cameo appearance. I can only hope it's a death by Kitty, otherwise I will be sorely disappointed.
Lots of players up second mid here for Mousesports. Might be spotted by Zeus. You'll see one. Break the glass for a toss of the HE, but he's staying there for a scary amount of time.
Of course it's not a death by Kitty.
Man,
he doesn't know his P90. There is only one P90 to rule them all.
Deep smoke on Banana, and again, just like I said before, I think it's, when the CTs play these forward smokes, it's a great opportunity for the Ts with terrible weapons to try to burst with flashbangs and see if they can get fortunate, because sometimes some teams will play 1-4 on a round like this with these smokes against a force buy, or rather against pistols, a half buy, which can be a mistake. But Mousesports are just waiting it out at the moment. And they will gather up in middle.
Na'Vi are very light on grenades at the 1 minute mark. They have one smoke grenade in hand with Flamey and one Molotov, also on Flamey. And he may not get an opportunity to throw both of them. There's a flashbang to kick things off. There's a smoke grenade. 40 seconds afterwards, and how much info will Na'Vi have? Are they going to look for info top mid? It looks like Edward, I was going to say will, but Zeus has had a look into apartments, and that's enough for Edward to start to move towards B bomb site, and indeed, Zeus is looking for that top mid information. He sees nothing there, so it's very likely at this point to be an A play. No one in apartments, no one top mid, holding the pop flash for the pool position. That is beautiful. Here comes a push. They are completely blind, but the angles are too deep in the site, so they won't take any kills from that. A trade on the site, and Simple's looking for someone.
That's the first one. They try to plant the bomb, and oh wow, he'll lose the duel against the C7. That's a big one, and there's big opportunities here. The P90 has betrayed Zeus, and Sunny will pick it up. He's picked up the P90 as well. So 3 versus 2 for Na'Vi, and there is a kill on Edward, but no grenades. As mentioned previously, they are sorely lacking that utility, and that makes it very difficult. Moving into crossfires like this, Snacks has to look the right way, but there's the trade fragger coming in handy as Christian locks it down with a 3K. Mousesports really needed that round, and it almost went sideways as we had the right smokes in the right place at the right time for Na'Vi, but they couldn't hold.
I think one of the opportunities missed there for Na'Vi, when Edward gets that flash into the pool position, there's so little time on the clock that it's very likely he's going to catch some of Mousesports. However, Na'Vi were already in very passive positions deep in the B bomb site, and there is risk in moving forward into positions to use that flashbang in case they're closer than you think, which is probably why they didn't do it. But if they had done it, then I think it's a round for Na'Vi.
Well, I think based on what's happened so far, we might expect that this is a 50-50 round. We'll see if Mousesports have changed their approach. Obviously, in rounds similar to this in the past, they just decided to bum rush into the B bomb site, which can be a good way to do things if you have the right nades, but it didn't go too well for Mousesports. And they played passively at the open of this one, and that can be good in case the CTs wanted to take initiative. Just want to make sure that that's not going to cause you problems. And then once you get to around about the 1 minute mark, you can start to think about making a move. And they are ready around top Banana to perhaps bait out some grenades. They can try to pressure and see if there's any CT nades to be thrown.
Apart from the pistol rounds, no one has won more than 2 rounds in a row in this match so far. Pistol and the consecutive rounds afterwards, ignore that. It's just 2 rounds maximum. It's ridiculous. How many force buys have we seen in this match?
Yeah, it's absolutely mad. And Chris will go in with a self-pop flash. This is looking a bit sloppy here for Mousesports on the way in. They are suffering. They will be able to take down the remnants of that B defense. However, there is a quick rotation in Zeus and Electronic, and we can't... I was about to say we can't count them out, but, you know, especially with 2 smokes, but that's a really good pick off the top of the barrels off of first oranges, and nothing for Electronic to do here. And Mousesports, very important round win. That's going to bring us to 10 for them and 11 for Na'Vi. And both teams will be without all that much money. Mousesports, of course, this was a half buy for them, so it won't be too horrendous. But again, the trend is that we'll likely see Na'Vi win the next round, but they'll have nothing but pistols and a saved M4. So what do we think, James? Is it going to happen again? Or will the curse be broken?
Mousesports, focused on the game. Young lad, early on in his career, had very testing times against teams such as FaZe and so on. And he has shown himself to be a prodigy and have game sense and experience beyond his years. And he will be important in Mousesports moving forward, as all the players on their team will be in this best-of-3 series. Opportunity knocks with Na'Vi. They don't have much money right now, so they have finally been forced onto an eco. Standard setup at the moment for Na'Vi, although now we see two players towards the pit of A or the short position. Other than that, they're not really doing anything crazy in this round. So far, so good. That's the one rifle, but it's been dropped. Zeus trying to capitalize on his damage, but he can't do it. Simple and Edward rotating off of the B bomb site. And there's nobody deep enough towards B to hear this. 4 versus 3 for Mousesports, and they've got plenty of time on the clock.
And if Mousesports kill these 3 pistols, they will have won 3 rounds in a row, breaking the curse. If there was a curse. Breaking the pattern, the trend.
Have you been watching Indiana Jones, Dan?
I'm not superstitious. Nor do I believe in paranormal things. Although I suppose quantum mechanics feel very paranormal, but we'll...
Took it too far, Dan.
We'll
should have stopped.
Not go into that.
Earlier.
So, just a deagle. But it's in the hands of Simple. The head will show itself, but it's taking a while. It's laboured, and perhaps a bit too much so. 11-11, Mousesports, 3 in a row. And they are going to take advantages here. They have a good economy. And so it's going to be really tough for Na'Vi. And we are getting in towards the end of this first map as well.
Tactical timeout from Na'Vi at present. A moment to reset. Now, Na'Vi are in one of those situations where their money is probably average 4,500. And when you're on a CT side, there is a question to be asked. Do you go for SMGs and more utility, or less utility, rifles, and perhaps an aggressive play early on? You expect aggression on Banana, but that requires utility. So which way are they going to go? We see an M4 onto Simple. And here's a comparison between Edward and Oscar. 21 kills for Oscar. Loves himself some Inferno. And 16 for Edward. Good for an 11-11 scoreline. And indeed, the team of Na'Vi are prioritizing the rifles over the utility. They'll have smoke grenades, but they have 2 flashbangs. Okay, now they have 4. Simple bought 2 more. Edward on the MP7, so he's the man who's picked up some extra utility. But apart from that, looks like Na'Vi want to frag out.
Mousesports fast into Banana, but there are the nades. Oh, Chris, is he going to have... How is he not on fire? He's just sitting there. He's completely fine.
It's magic, Dan.
That is rather magical, isn't it?
He's been hanging out with Nigerian witch doctors.
Perhaps he's wearing a flame retardant suit. Edward might think that corner could be clear, but there's the peek from Chris J, and he's going to go straight down. And another challenge coming in from Flamey. They have lost both players towards B, but that aggression is suspicious for Mousesports. They may suspect that there could be one player waiting right behind that. So they're just going to hold their horses and use the time. They've got plenty of it. And so they cut noise and just hold position, waiting for the aggression from Na'Vi.
Ooh, does the scope obscure Oscar's vision? Because surely as Zeus looks to the left, you'd think his gun might compromise his position. Has Oscar seen him? I think he might have. I did wonder if he's going to hit that one. But who am I to doubt Oscar? 5 versus 2. Mousesports coasting now. 45 seconds though. Round isn't over until it's over. Let's not forget what Oscar did in the first half. Simple and Electronic going towards the B bomb site. But Snacks is the information man. He's going on a pilgrimage. He's a rambling hiker on the A site, and he sees nothing. He's invited Mousesports for a meeting on the A site, and they will avoid Simple and Electronic. But Sunny will stay in position on tree, on Banana, for containment purposes.
This is a really good look, isn't it, for Mousesports? And of course, Na'Vi, they selected plays which were quite risky and aggressive just because they didn't have confidence that they would be able to perhaps win against a set piece later on in the rounds. Mousesports had way more utility, and Na'Vi don't have an AWP, and that makes it very difficult. Electronic and Simple looking to keep hold of their guns, but there is one player coming for them, perhaps. Not. Sunny is fairly close. He's slowly but surely clearing position after position, taking his sweet time, and ahead. And Sunny's lucky not to be dead. He took a dink there, and 2 players will survive for Na'Vi. That's very nice for them. They do have a loss bonus that is accruing, and this is the 4th round they lost in a row, so that's $2,900 in the bank for them, but they spent everything last round, so they will buy up some pistols and Kevlars perhaps around these M4s that were saved, but Mousesports should, on paper, win this next round. That would put them 13-11, but in this match we should take nothing for granted.
Another ropey buy. 4 players for Na'Vi, looking for aggression around top mid, it seems. Mousesports just waiting. They know the situation is desperate, arduous, arid. Na'Vi with the biscuits, but no glass of water. They're pretty thirsty, Dan.
This might be a very good choice from Mousesports. So they're just going to burst. Looks like that's the plan. Rob seems to have an inkling that apartments might be the main place that the CTs are hiding currently, but it's, well, that's the end of the B-bomb site. That's it. So sometimes you just have to guess correctly, and Na'Vi may think about saving these guns again. They do have Kevlars and M4s and so on. They will get max loss bonus to $3,400, so they can buy next round no matter what.
That's a nice bonus. And I feel like, I mean, they've got no utility really for a retake here. And yes, they've got money to buy anyway. But the money's been so difficult for both sides throughout this entire match that all the money they can save, the better. They've got no kit. They are heading towards the B-bomb site, but I think it's just for an aggressive defense, if you will. Rather than be hunted, they will hide in plain sight. 3 rifles, and perhaps Flamey could pick something up if they do come in that direction. He will be the point man. Now where does Sonny go? Does he die on the site to stop the weapon from getting in the hands of the CTs? Manages to escape as well. So 4 players saving for Na'Vi. Much needed money, but now they need a round. Mousesports in the lead, 13-11.
And in a lot of these recent rounds, since they broke that sort of no one winning more than 2 in a row, it's been pretty clean for them. We haven't seen some of those really close rounds coming down to the clutches every single time. It's been pretty straightforward for Mousesports. They've been just winning the early, mid, and late game. And
something we haven't seen, though, Dan, is Flamey in this half. He has 2 kills in this half.
Oh, my. My. That is not great.
7 for 18 at the moment. 5 of those kills were in the other half. It's use with 3 kills in this half. Electronic with 3 kills in this half. Simple doing the work with 8 kills, and Edward 7 kills in this half. Now, some part of that on the CT side, of course, is the position you play. But if people are repeatedly coming towards some of these players, it's not there for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the turning point. We get the timeouts here for Na'Vi. There's a lot of chatter as to, you know, how to fix things. So we'll see what their decision is. I mean, this is pretty make or break, one would say, for them. And Mousesports might be up to some shenanigans. Might be a balcony burst. They're charging everyone up second mid except Oscar sitting in that mid position. Electronic, though, does have presence. They have a setup here. This could be devastating for Mousesports. I'm not sure what they can do against this unless they try to pre-fire these positions or spam it. That's a great flashbang, though. And it might have to come down to these balcony players because they've lost their presence in top mid. Zeus is gone. Arch is there for Mousesports. Do they continue to press forwards into the orb? They will.
With some flashbangs, but Flamey's so far away, he won't get flashed as much as he otherwise would. And now the push stops from Mousesports. Opportunity came with massive risk. Sunny still in the arch position. There's a smoke down in the arch, but Simple is behind that smoke. Quietly moving in. He has an AWP, and he's already scoped in, so there's no warning for Sunny. He may just get shot out of the sky if Simple goes deep enough. The bomb picks off now. You hear Sunny getting the frag, but Simple has a creep, honestly, quietly. Now Snacks must have to do much, but the instant trade is there from Simple. Quick spray as well. and the gap is close to 1. However, only 2 players survive for Na'Vi in that situation. They will have the money to stabilize, but that money will quickly disappear. Mousesports have plenty of money, so if they reset them, Na'Vi, in this round, that might just be the map.
It's really cool though, because Mousesports, okay, they know their opponent's taking a timeout. One of the things Na'Vi haven't been doing a lot of the time is really hardcore banana pressure. So I think they just gambled that Na'Vi would go like 3 or 4 players banana and just try to counter, like anti-strat it with that push there. And didn't work out for them. Good idea though. And we see more standard setup here from Na'Vi. Fairly passive 2-3 setup. Normal stuff, not too much utility invested early on. They've got a deep smoke there, so that would suggest that they would want to work on banana control. Sunny will toss an HE in anticipation of the push behind the smoke.
I keep seeing gaps in these smokes now on Inferno, on both halves. The one at the bottom of banana. Maybe it's deliberate, maybe not. Edward rotating away, leaving Simple towards the B bomb site. Very capable hands. Mousesports a slow approach to the A position. Snacks is in boiler. Zeus is playing from inside the site. Flamey on Arch, Edward Library, and Electronic in the pit. Na'Vi with no information, top mid.
They do have 3 smokes remaining though, so they're and loads of 3 incendiaries too, so they're doing really well on utility. Is Simple sitting on banana with an AWP, so going back would be very frightening. And they're going to commit into this. No split. Everyone thrown quad side. This is going to be very hard for Mousesports. Look how many guns are aimed around the side of this smoke.
Oh my god. Do you save at this point? 20 seconds will feel like plenty of time, but they're just not being given anything just yet. Starting to push it. Which way is it going to go? Flamey with the first kill. All blue in the kill column. Mousesports get absolutely annihilated. Gatling guns from Na'Vi. They just had too much position.
Yeah, there's a couple of things going wrong there for Mousesports. I mean, first of them is the fact that they didn't really pressure Na'Vi. Na'Vi started off the round with very low utility usage, which is really cool. If you can do that and get banana, I think that already tells you there's a problem for the T side, because obviously, you know, then they can play 1-4, which they did, and then they have so much utility to counter a set piece. We saw all the counter grenades. That stopped Mousesports from pushing in. They thought to themselves, let's hold the push. We need to make sure that all these counter grenades don't absolutely smash us. But then they didn't even have an arch push set up. So then they're just all walking through one area. And, well, that's never a good idea, is it? So 13-13 is the situation. And Mousesports have to spend almost everything to have a buy in this round. We're going to go right down to the wire here.
Such a key round for Na'Vi to win. Not only win, but win with the numbers. Now they have absolutely everything they could want, perhaps apart from momentum. Simple towards B once again. Initial grenades being deployed, but he's holding the angle. As you can see, Oscar towards the logs. Just beyond the logs is where the grenade will go. But maybe the trajectory of that grenade will give Oscar... Oh, really? Oh, I did wonder, like, Simple's at a disadvantage there in terms of the wall banging attempts. But Chris J will take one in the chest for Oscar. You do wonder, you just don't know if you try to shoot that little thing poking out, if it will be part of the hitbox or not. CTs of backpacks which don't register hits. Who knows that angle from a T?
Who knows about the belts? No one knows about the belts. 3 players on B for Na'Vi. They've felt this pressure and they've decided to... I mean, well, they have information. Zeus was taking some info top mid, so this is a safe play from Na'Vi. And Mousesports at 50 seconds, they could be in a position where, you know, one more player was with Rops towards middle and they could have thrown more nades towards A, maybe try to make it a bit more confusing here. But I think this is being read really easily for Na'Vi. It's holding 3 players here. Still no presence whatsoever, no nades, nothing towards A, so Na'Vi's still convinced to hold 3 players to B. The set piece is going to come in. It's going to come down to just who hits the shots at this point.
Well, somebody's on fire. So far, so good for Mousesports. Edward forced into the open, but completely blind. And that is the casket closed on him, and that's the round immediately.
That was a really nice set piece. Everything was on fire. There was nowhere to stand. That's how you, if you're going to do it like that, if you're going to just give up all presence around the map, then you better have a strong set piece. And Snax, he's on the hunt. I think he has been hurt by Electronic, but will Snax somehow snuff him out? Not quite. Oh, it's a big round to win. Still bank though for Na'Vi.
Yeah, because of that previous round. It keeps them in this game. That was quite the execute from Mousesports. Reminiscent of their T-sides on old Dust 2, not necessarily for executes, but just how they would slowly take map control and flashbang absolutely every angle where you might have an AWP, for example. It was a joy to watch. Of course, with somebody like Chris J, who would abuse all those angles on a CT side, they'll be well versed, but there were Molotovs for days. Snax with a last bullet kill on the Flamey, that will most certainly help. All the grenades going towards the side.
Wow, that's like rolling, 4 dice and just hitting 6 on every single one. Snax somehow getting a kill through the smoke. A player getting perfectly blinded whilst he's in a Molotov and dying. Like 3 players just dying without being able to do anything. That's lovely for Mousesports. It's not over yet, though. We can see a maximum utility there for Na'Vi. They've got 2 AKs and an AWP. They are so tooled up in this round, ready to fire on all cylinders, I'm sure. And they're going to start things off in a normal fashion. It's worked out for them previously, playing passively, and they still got deep and under control the last time they did this, and they're going for it again. Last time this happened, Mousesports got crushed in this round. They cannot allow Na'Vi to sit on a 1-4 setup with unchallenged.
Youth and Electronic had a timing peak in the apartments, a flashbang from the graveyard position. Electronic had a look, saw nothing, fallen back to a passive roll on the balcony or underneath it now. There we go. That's a nice angle because it doesn't expose you to the door, allows you to see some of short, and a push from the balcony position as well. Something to use at home.
She hit that shot. Simple down to 57. They may feel like Simple's alone here because of how this usually looks for Na'Vi. Na'Vi have every other time rotated a man. So they may feel like there's no one else here, and that's a free kill for Edward. Number 2 as well offered up. Do they dare try to trade him? It's Oscar with the AWP. It's not as easy to swing out as with the rifle. Simple peeks back out with an AK.
Savage. He had no flashbangs to help his teammates, so he just came out and shot people in the face. And that's Simple for you. All of a sudden, this is falling to pieces for Mousesports. They haven't got a single kill in this round. It is Snax versus 5 with 20 seconds. He's got to do some damage, but also he doesn't have money to buy if he goes down here getting tagged. What does he choose to do? The rest of his team can buy. Does he prioritize damage? There's one. He could do a lot more here. We've got a player jumping on the barrels, but Simple will deliver the kill. Simple and Edward, the closest players to peak. Both low, but only 1 player fragged for Mousesports.
That was really smart. Mousesports, I think they were completely convinced it was a 1-4 setup based on every other time Na'Vi have taken deep banana control. They've often gone to 1-4. And that was a really beautiful read to leave Edward there, just hiding, making it look like Simple was alone. Three AKs on the CT side. That's always going to be good for morale. And Simple, surely not. In a round like this, the audacity, pushing down middle towards bench. And this could be crushing for one team or the other, and Na'Vi will be at the worst end of it.
He felt like he had to do something with players moving up the second mid position. Maybe his rifle would have exposed him, so he made a play. Didn't work out. Oscar was ready for it. Oscar always is. Now Edward's alone towards the B-bomb site. Simple down mid. What do you make of that if you're a Mousesports player?
It's an interesting one. We saw that there was frustration on Na'Vi yesterday when Simple was going for plays, but he's Simple. That's what he's supposed to do. That's the guy looking to trade out. He hears the steps now, but he can't find the shot. And saving the AWP is a prerogative at this point as he tries to fall back, but Electronic, he is a sneaky man, and he will find himself back into position in time. And that's a really big win, and you can see that all the positive vibes coming from Electronic for the Na'Vi side, and they moved to 13. But again, as James mentioned, Chris J held on to the scout. Mousesports were playing economically. They weren't losing players in the previous rounds, so they were going to be able to weather the storm for this one round. And I mean, if they lose this round, their chances drop massively anyway. But it's the double AWPs, the 3 M4s, and a decent amount of nades to back them up. It's got to be a success for Mousesports.
4 players in A once more, 2 around the IV position. They can look down towards main from there. Also, Simple with the fast play into Pop Dog. That is absolutely beautiful. Mousesports fighting in the shade now. Quite a shocking entry there. Those are pug strats.
He falls back and now they just cut the noise. They make Mousesports sit in despair. They wait for them to perhaps make a desperation play. Chris is going for a peek. Will he find something? It would be huge if he could. Oh, it's close, and he managed to make the flick work. That's beautiful from Chris J. Maybe that's the difference they need to hold the push that is coming soon onto this A site.
Can only assume Electronic was looking at the radar. Seemed like it was a free kill for him with Chris J looking the wrong way. And perhaps that is a breath of life into Mousesports. Still in the hospital bed at the moment with the score being 13-6.
But what are the Na'Vi up to, though? They've got 40 seconds left. The bomb is down by Team Main still, and everyone is spread out.
The B players can make their way towards Pop Dog, but they don't know if anybody's in Pop Dog or not. And that can prove fatal in rounds. Snax is in a position. He's got an off angle from main with E-Box in the way, as you can see there. But can he get 2 kills from this position? Simple's creeping up towards Ivy at the same time. He's too high, though. The crouch pick is good. And now goes Chris J towards Ivy. Now the bomb can get planted, but Oscar has made his way to the site. Has he been detected? There are 13 seconds for this bomb to go down. Oscar's going to be crucial. There's one. The bomb making its way for back train. They've got a plant. 7 seconds. Can they do this? Trying to shoot underneath is Rops. They're both next to each other. 3 seconds. The bomb is down. Simples gets eliminated. Rops down to a pistol. Flamey, 26 HP. I'll take the time to reload. Keep jumping. See where Flamey is. Flamey has to guess, and Rops will secure the round, pick up the AWP, and keep Mousesports in with a fight.
I had a desk hit over on the Na'Vi camp there, James. That was a frustrating loss for them. And Rops, you could see the stress on Oscar and Rops in the end there. That was incredibly close. And again, if they lost that round, they would have been broke. The game probably would have been done, or the map, that is. But instead, at least the bomb is down for Na'Vi. They can actually buy up in this round too.
They can hardly punish in this situation. Zeus is taking a timeout. If we look at the money, there is a predicament here for Na'Vi. Mousesports are low. They only survived with 1 player. Their buy is going to suck. Na'Vi have a gamble to make. Do they go for a force buy with limited money and try to break Mousesports now, or do they eco, let Mousesports back into the game, but fight them on a better buy? And it will be the former. Na'Vi are going for the force buy, which will include a Mac 10.
Yeah, I think it's a great call from Na'Vi. They've got plenty, enough to have an AWP, AKs, lots of utility. They can design around this, what they have, and that's the benefit of being that T side. You get to dictate, where you go, so you can make sure that, where you go, the kind of strategy that you play is optimal for what you've purchased. And with a Mac 10 and a CZ, it'll be quite curious as to what the choice is for Na'Vi. But those players can be expendable. They can be used to get forward positioning for Simple, clear some space on the map, and it can be used for an explosive round. And Snax is on the auto shotgun, perhaps has exchanged some notes with Oscar. We'll have to see how that goes. He's taking it towards Pop Dog. This could be fun.
Rops must be careful. Simple is looking over the smoke. Will Rops be exposed as he backs off? He's crab walking his way out of the situation. Shows some elbow, some shoulder in fact. That's not an elbow.
That was close.
But he manages to escape. 2 players now invested in the B-bomb site. Oscar trying to get into position with the AWP. Zeus having a look with the Mac 10. That is so unusual. Oscar going deeper than you would expect, and if Zeus looks again, he may be in for a nasty surprise. Smoke is down, and Oscar will try to use the timing, but which way does he look? Does Zeus make a play through this smoke? The double scope, he wants to make sure, checking if anyone's facing him, looking towards oil now. And Zeus is making his way close. 4 versus 3 though, and there's no one to challenge Snax' flank.
Yeah, but Snax doesn't know just yet. He's going to try to wait until his teammates can cause more distraction. Zeus trying to make the play forward with the Mac 10. It's working out, initially at least, and that's Simple now activated with that AWP. And only 2 players left here for Mousesports. Snax coming in with the auto shotgun. He's going to be good for dealing with electronic paths. Sunny just has to survive. Oh my goodness, he can't make it happen. He had to get that kill. Sunny now backing away. He knows he can't win a 1v1, even if he gets the kill on electronic. Playing against Simple, who's on the AWP, is just not going to happen.
There was no kit for the last 2 players either. Sunny just picks one up now, takes the connector. I don't know if there was one on the site, but if there wasn't, they had colossal problems moving towards that site, and it cost them a lot. Cost them a hell of a lot. What a round from Na'Vi. They took the gamble. They pretty much had to. It's hard to argue against that decision. And they've got to a fantastic position now. 47, once again, double the round of their opponent. And look at what Mousesports have to fight with.
The crazy thing is the auto shotgun yesterday from Draken was an instant kill at seemingly any range, but we've seen no success with it for Mousesports here.
Flashbang was a fail. I just have to mention quickly, the flashbang failing allows Oscar and Snacks to get towards the pop dog position, which may have a part to play. You get that fast flash in there, and it makes it harder for the CTs to get fast into pop. But simple messes flash up, and now Snacks has position.
Lots of chatter there. Animated as always. Na'Vi is Mousesports itching to get something done. It's really difficult. They're in a spot where their utility just really isn't very high, and Na'Vi are making them sweat. It's a big opening potentially there for Zeus, but Sonny able to get out of position just in the nick of time. Suffers minimal damage. A forward smoke coming in from Electronic. That is going to allow the T's to start to encroach further and further towards the A site. There's 4 players on the A site at the moment, and Mousesports will have everyone in position to deal with the push, but the weaponry is suspect. Rob's stuck on a scout, but he is playing the B-bomb site at the very least.
Lots of communication on Na'Vi's side as they start to push in. That's a great first frag from Zeus as he checked the right-hand side. He's aware somebody could be there, but doesn't check the corner properly. Jumping 180, no MLG for him. Sonny holding it down for a brief time, but now there are advantages for Na'Vi. Moving towards game point, 3 versus 2. What can Robs do with the scout? He spots the player, but he wants a fatal engagement. Electronic, though, will hold down that IV position, so important for the plants. And now it's post-plant. They know where Rops is, and now they know where Snacks is. Na'Vi have all the information and position.
Yeah, and they know they don't have to engage Snacks. What can he do with that, from that position with the CZ? Electronic will go hunting for Rops. They know exactly where he is. And there's a massive barrel out of the gun. Easy kill for Electronic. Snacks picked up an AK meantime, winning his fight, putting pressure on the bomb, but there's no kit. He's found Flamey. Oh, he can't really just go for the hold here without that kit. Oh, Flamey's down so weak, but there's no bullet. Snacks. Oh, he's just going to have to go and save the AK. What a depressing end for him. It was a good effort. Does he survive? Well, Flamey won't. Snacks loses a few HP there, but...
Even if he had the bullets, he didn't have the kit. 15-7. Very much looks like we're going to a third map. An AK and some random objects versus Na'Vi. I don't even know what to make of that face.
I mean, yeah, that was a really close one. I like how Na'Vi were just sweating Mousesports out the entire time. And it's a very good strategy when your opponents have this hodgepodge buy. They're itching to try to make a play. And see some flashes to deny fast entry from Na'Vi, but they'll take it anyway. Maybe looking for anyone, finding no one. Oh, Zeus is going to get himself out there using that smoke. There's a bit of a gap going on there. No one to spot him through it, though. And can he get something done? Some good positioning here from the CT. Zeus is very deep. He's alone here as well. Oh, surely not. Oh, was he spotted? I don't know that he was spotted there. Does he go up the ladder? I mean, he can't know there's a player up there. This is very weird.
But he can't go back trains in case there's a CT rotating from that position, but Oscar... Hello?
Wow.
What on earth is going on there? Is this how you lose the map? Did he see? Yeah, he saw the player there towards... All Rops. Okay, this is... I mean, if this is how they lose this round, just imagine absolute silence, just walking away for the break before map number 3. 4 versus 3 now as the bomb gets planted in the default position on B. Chris J back trains, being really careful, hoping that smoke is a brick wall for the time being. Now he walks through it. Look at that pre-fight from Electronic. This is the end, I think, here on train. Chris J does not have a kit. Now he's 1 versus 3 with the CZ, doing the best he can, but it was never enough on train. 16-7, a monstrous performance from Na'Vi.
Yeah, they played a really great game there. There was some troubles here or there, but Electronic, I think he really brought the team together, and from that point forward on the first half, they never looked back. Mousesports, if they had a plan, we didn't see it. They're going to have a plan for this third map, though. We're going to find out more about that one after the break. See you soon.
they will be falling to Electronic with a massive 4K.
Be happy that Simple and Electronic are dead at this point. Headshot won't be found too quickly. Oscar though, with the clutch.
Nice.
Molotov is out, and so is 1CT. Edward will force the issue, and there it is, 12-3 for Na'Vi. A colossal avalanche of a half for them.
Хорош.
Smug analysts joining me now at the desk. They expected us to see 3, and that's exactly what Na'Vi deliver. Put Mousesports in the dust on their own map pick, so that's a surprise. Mousesports, they pick up Na'Vi's map pick. It's things just aren't making sense. We do have YNK and Anders to hopefully make some sense of things.
When we make a band, can we call it Smug Analysts? That's a good name.
Smug analysts.
I like that.
Yeah, there's some room for maneuver there. I absolutely hate it.